You know what, Oleg? We should have an intro sound. Intro jingle playing. Pair on Air. Welcome back to Pair on Air. Today we're going to improve our Xgboost Ruby library that we were working on since a couple episodes now. Today we're going to improve specifically the predict method. Last time we got to a point where we can do a prediction for one vector of features. Today we're going to improve that so that we can pass in an array of vectors of features and then get predictions for each of these vectors. So let's jump right into the code.
Right. So let's start with a failing spec. That's always what I like to do. First of all, let's see if everything is passing. It is passing. We're green on master. Fantastic. We don't have the editor yet, but let's open our spec.
Yes.
Xgboost booster spec. And here we are able to predict for an array of features. Now we want to be able to predict for an array of arrays of features.
Right.
It returns an array of predictions for
To give an examples.
an array of examples.
Okay, perfect.
And let's do 2.0 and also an array of arrays, right?
Yeah.
1.0?
I would say also 2.0, but fair. 1.0 is maybe a better test.
Let's see what happens. By the way, if you don't remember, if you haven't checked out our previous episodes, the model that we're training on here, we are able to deserialize it. We trained it offline. We deserialize it here, and it just predicts, I think, a multiple of 2, right? Of the input. So whenever we pass in a 2, it should predict a 4. Whenever we pass in a 1, it should predict a 2. So let's do it like this maybe. Let's extract this to a variable called,
Do you really want to get that fancy right now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Let's do this, input.
You want to do a let, I get it.
Not even a let.
Not even a let.
No.
Okay.
Let's do expected equals, what do we expect? An array of a 4 and a 2, right?
Yeah. So I think we have to do a for loop so that we can iterate over the results to have the be within bullshit.
Yes. Isn't there an expectation like expect all to match? No, maybe not. Let's do it the easy way first. So we have our setup, we have our actual code under test.
And then we do actual
and
each.
we do, first of all, expect, oh, fancy, actual dot count to equal expected dot count. This is to prevent if the actual count is 0. We don't want to have a false positive. And now we do actual dot each. Expect a to be within of, oh, we need each with index, right? Or zip. Let's do each with index.
Okay.
For now.
Yeah. Expected.
Then we refactor. Expected of I, which will be here.
Yeah.
And let's see it fail gloriously. Perfect. So I wrote the spec, you write the code.
Yeah, that's how it works. Okay. So we have the Ruby part somewhere here, but there's not much happening.
No.
So everything was implemented in C.
Yes.
We have this predict method, and here we had first booster handle. Then we checked that we get an array. Then we got the booster handle, checked for the length of the array, and now it becomes interesting because now we have to double check, do we actually have an array of arrays? or do we have a simple array? And I'm wondering, do we even want to support both? Yeah.
Is there any way we can use this method? No, because we want to. So the whole shenanigan is so that we call this and this only once. Because I was thinking first maybe we just call this function and then
we want to do the iteration in C++
exactly.
in Xgboost itself. Yeah.
So this will need to become. Oh, that's gonna be what? The matrix of results, right? No, it's the matrix of columns.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, let's start with some pseudocode. So this will raise. Okay, it will always be an array, but it could be either an array of arrays or just one.
It's a good question. Where does it actually fail right now? But I think we have to check here after we got the, or at some point we have to check for the type in the matrix.
Yes,
variable.
I think it fails here. So it tries to take out something.
The number from the array, but it's not. So also, do you want to have two methods in C, one for predict single and predict multiple, because then we can do the check for what do we have pretty early and then go either left or right. And
oh, you mean to have different methods in Ruby?
No, in...
Or in...
Okay, we can also
like different API.
If we have different methods in Ruby, that would be actually make it simpler. So we could implement the predict method in Ruby and then have two C methods. One is predict1 and predict array. Then we have two distinct methods in C.
I think I prefer this approach from an API point of view.
No, I totally agree. What I'm saying is we could have
on
the booster on Ruby do the code path decisions because it's easier to deal with the Ruby types, and then once we're in C, we already know what to expect. So we do the validation and
I see what you mean.
Type stuff.
Yes. So we would have predict one and predict many.
Yeah. So that's an option.
I would start
with. The thing is it then we have to make sure that that's private, but then it's still leaking out because we're in Ruby, and I don't like that.
So how about, like, if I just wanted to write it in pseudocode, we would write something like if matrix is one-dimensional, then do everything we did so far. Of course, we're gonna refactor it later. Else, if matrix is two-dimensional
or multi-dimensional,
else raise. Or we don't have to worry about this part for now because we don't even have a spec for it. But I would do it like this for now, just to make the spec green, and then we would refactor.
So so this guy here is checking or raising, right?
That will always pass for us because it will always be an array.
No, what I'm saying is...
you want to use the same thing.
What happens if we do something like this? Where we don't pass in a proper whatever. Let's just fail first. See what actually happens, but we want to expect an error, right? Type error. Okay. So basically whatever this check method is doing, we also want to do without the failing part, just to check what the type is. Do you want to keep this test, by the way?
Not for now. Let's do one thing at a time, I would say.
Yeah, but this is okay. Expect. That's what I'm saying. Raise.
It will be raise error.
Right. No, wait, what?
Because raise is the keyword that actually raises.
Yeah. I was just wondering why the highlighting is not working. I thought I had proper highlighting. So if you don't mind, I would keep it in. We'll raise an error when given. Obviously there are multiple invalid arguments and we could try all of them, but
nil.
that is maybe a good case. Okay. Okay, but you're right. Let's go back to what we actually wanted to do.
My OCD tells me to
Yeah, go
format
ahead.
this.
Okay.
Like so. And also we're using this present tense. Okay, and I would also, if you have nothing against it, get app. Just make a separate comment out
that's a
of
good
it.
point. Very good point. This CM shortcut, by the way.
Okay, document behavior when given invalid args. Right.
Okay, that's committed. Do we still have a failing test? I guess so. Yeah, only this one.
Can convert array into float. So I think it's this DBL to something, or
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Interestingly enough, why did that not fail?
oh, it's not saved.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay. So
yes.
let's go back to the intro.
So we have to
net.
check the type of the first element of an array. I'm
So
gonna
the
use my
first-
side laptop.
The first element we already get in a. So let me go back to the code.
Yes.
Here, we're doing
Okay,
already the first
aref,
element, right? So
Yeah.
we want to do this. And now we want to do a type assertion. So something like type
But without raising, right?
word without check type. And I'm not sure if we not already do it somewhere else, to be honest.
Like a conditional based on type. Wasn't there like a
Yeah, we
RB
had this-
type something? Type P?
Uh,
Oh, returns true if object is a string. So you do RB underscore type P with underscores. All caps. Underscore P. Then what you're looking at, and then what second argument is the type. So T underscore array, I guess. And I think indexing starts from 0.
That's a good point.
Okay. Then we want to.
So actually, this,
no, we're
the
gonna
current
do the
code
else.
is
Yeah.
the current code is.
So let's do nothing for now and do. Or is it a float or a numeric?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe better to just check for an array and then do an L. Whatever. Yeah, if it's a float, then do all this. Size of float.
Yeah, now we also have to check for. Is it a string? Fuck that.
No, we're gonna raise in the else, right?
Yeah, okay. Okay. So we can handle float. Let's put it that way.
Right, I'm just looking at this line 49 we do. That's where we actually read this value. And it's
But
numbered to dBl. Okay, so I think it's numeric. I wonder if there's like a T numeric.
I think it's T num maybe.
Maybe. Do you know where these all those constants or macros or whatever they are, these T array, T float, where they are defined?
T array.
Oh, hold on. There's actually fixed num p. Fixed num is not what we want, right? We want.
So here is in Ruby H.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Ah, nice.
so here everything.
So it's just
Fixed num.
float. Yeah, but fixed num are ints, right? Yeah, so there's a float. There is no double in Ruby, right?
There's big num, fixed num. No.
Okay, let's just check for float then. But I think then there is an RB or a float P, something like this. Because there's fixed num P. Can you grab for fixed num P with underscore?
Okay. Why am I getting everything? So yeah, there's fixed num P.
Mm-hmm. No, without T. It's a function or.
So there's a function, and we want to.
But I want to see if there's like a numeric P. Yeah.
The integer.
Oh, define it. No.
So here is that.
Fixed num positive P.
Oh, sorry.
Is it still the same file?
So this is the file.
Okay, fixed num P. Yeah, it's ruby point ruby.h. Yeah, this one. Line 365.
I'm not sure what we're currently looking for.
If there's a float P.
This is a separate window, by the way. So this is the Ruby code window, this is the Xgboost window.
Okay.
So there's the editors and other.
So there is no. Let's see if there's a numeric. No. Okay, so we can just do what we used to do.
Yeah, this is all in.
Can you act only in Ruby include?
What is it?
Include? Ruby?
Wait a minute. There we go.
Let's
And
do
there
include.
include.
Okay. Then we're good, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, back to back. So here we have not numeric but float.
Mm-hmm.
No P now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I indented everything, so everything changed. And here for now we wanna raise. Maybe not. That won't compile. Oh, why? Okay. Nice. Okay. Then let's implement. that. So the question is, can we pull anything out like this, because it happens anyway? And we could also short circuit here if n equals 1.
That's not what our spec is doing.
No, but we should do it. So where would you like to make a mental note?
I think, yeah. But wouldn't it work anyway? No.
The question is, does it really make sense for the user, and is it helping if we tell him that something is not?
But, you know, release 0.1,
Yeah.
it's far down the line. Yeah. Anyway, it will fail in so many cases, like if the array is of different size than what the model was trained on, or if we pass an array of arrays and all of those inner arrays are different sizes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So that's good. It was still green. That's okay for floats. If we have an array of arrays, then we don't. Then what do? We do. Then we need to get the.
I know.
Then we need to get the first element, right?
How about we just wrap it in an array if it's not an array yet, and then have only one code that does the predictions, and then only extract the only value if the input was single.
Yeah. Yeah. I was. Yeah.
Except, how do we wrap an array in an array?
Yeah, also the problem is that we currently, if we give in not an array, then we don't expect to get an array of arrays back.
Yeah, so we would check for this boolean. We would first check the state, and then at the end we would extract the only prediction that we got.
So what we could do is, okay, so what you're saying is, what is this actually? Of a type. Yes.
No, that's gonna be value.
Yeah. Then we do whatever, and that's actually this. So then we do a bunch of stuff, then we do the predictions here. And then if no, wait. Then we have to do a for blah 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 blah. Am I missing semicolons? I bet.
and then equal sign on line 48.
Okay, so what do we do here? So
But
we in this case we do 1 times blah, and here we do then we do len of first element times this.
But that should be multiplied by the first argument, not the second. Right?
Sorry?
We should have done. What did I do? Oh, caps lock. That explains a lot.
What is caps lock?
This way.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, same goes here.
Okay. And then what do we have here? Then we need another.
I mean,
like
n calls is also misleading here because it's either rows or calls.
So how about we do long and rows equals n calls, n calls equal n rows. We could also actually do. How about we also do like this, long and rows, without initializing, if it is an array of arrays.
Or how about we always initialize a value, even if it's to 0?
Yes. -1. Is that the equivalent of no?
Of exploding in our face,
yes. Yeah. So if we are here, then we do this, and we also need this to be public or like outside.
Yeah, but then you don't have the size yet. Oh, the function. Yeah, okay.
So.
But is it null? Okay. Yeah.
Else n calls equals 1.
Yeah.
Now, not even this.
Yeah, we have to change it.
No, if it's an array of arrays.
Yeah, this belongs down and else. And if else, actually. Oh boy, now everything's. Why'd you remove the star?
So.
Why'd you remove the star here?
The star. Because it's a type, no?
Oh, the star belongs to the type you're saying. Yeah.
Yes.
It's actually a good point. Let's write it like this.
And do we have anything? Okay, this one, let's also initialize it with this.
And calls you have to get.
Wait,
Yes.
columns are.
And
Okay, yes.
whoa, I copied maybe too much.
No, we first have rows, then have columns. And then here, this would be the same then. Well, the problem is how do we populate it, right? Okay, yeah, I know. So this would be out. And here we would just do, how do we call it, matrix equals an array. I don't know how to write it yet, but that's what I want to do. Okay. So if it is not an array of arrays, we just need to do this. And then all this will work.
What are you doing?
Because this is array len, number of columns, number of rows.
It's our array len. It's
our array.
Yeah.
Len of matrix, and this will be our array len of first element.
Yeah, but you don't. So no. So the first element might be. Sorry, I clicked. The first element might be a float, and then you don't have array len. So go back everything else again into the if.
No, but we will have it as an array. If it's not an array.
No, the first element, as we assign it here, might be a float.
Yes. Oh, you mean that this will not be... Right, so I have to evaluate it again, basically.
Yeah, either this or you don't... I mean... I would have done different for loops, maybe. Instead of this.
Hold on, so that we are not confused.
We're way past that stage where we're not confused.
Number of rows, number of columns. So now we do for long I equals 0, I number of rows, I plus plus, without this because we're cool. And this will be a j. Right?
Yeah.
Now we actually need this here because we're gonna have a value
to go.
Row, yes, equals matrix of I. Okay, and here we can do to do make sure dimensions check out, right? Because this might not be n calls. And then matrix of I times n rows plus j is get the jth element of the row. And then here,
just give all the preds. Make a we do another for loop.
Empty array, right? Oh, we got the pred len. Does it help? It does, right?
We need it.
For int or long. What was it? Long. I equals 0. I less than pred len. Then we do what?
Copy everything over to our
result of I equals preds.
No, we do dbl to num.
Preds of I.
And then we return the result.
Easy peasy. Your turn.
So let's find out how to create an array.
So for strings, there is rbstr new ctr.
Okay, there's our array pointer. Then const pointer. Okay, let's check. Just for sake of it. Okay.
Maybe we actually should we create a C array and then just convert the whole C array?
That's what we get back, a C array.
Yeah, but maybe there's a function that converts array, and then you pass in some kind of conversion. I don't know.
Array make hash.
Array new. Capacity.
It's lowercase. Okay. RE, not RE. Okay. So we already know the capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, why don't they pass in anything?
Because it's an empty array.
No, what I'm saying is here it's RE new, not RB RE new. That's interesting. So which one do we want to use? I guess RE new. There's RB RE new 3.
Any luck?
Yeah. RB RE new.
New kappa. Oh wait, there was from values, huh? No, it doesn't help.
Where is it? Where is it implemented?
But then how do we release it? It's gonna be garbage collected.
So we only need this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wonder where is it implemented?
But how do we? You see this RB RAY free?
Yeah.
Do we need to call it? But when? Because we're gonna create an object.
The thing is, we're passing it back to someone else, so we don't own it anymore.
Is it gonna be garbage collected? No.
Let's see. I don't know.
I think it will. Oh, there's also RB check array type.
Where did you see that?
A third line from this block. So you're saying that these are not...
Where is this implemented?
Maybe because it's broken down into 2 lines.
Yeah, maybe it's probably.
Try beginning of line and then this.
Can I do this?
array C.
We were there.
No, that's the one. Array new.
Doesn't look like they're doing a lot of reference tracking here.
It's fine, I guess.
I need to middle and max. Free, you wanted to know if array owns heap, blah 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 blah. Okay, let's not worry about it. Let's just use array new cap.
Oh, and here we can also see array push. Wait, what's this method? Maybe we can just use this method. Array zip.
That's just a zip method. But there's, you're right, RB, array from.
But from values, we need Ruby values anyway.
Right. You're right.
Yeah, let's just do this new with kappa.
There's docs. Append pushes the given object to the end of the
So we actually create an empty array and then push to it. Okay.
Looks like it. Not sure if you have to reserve the kappa first or not.
Yeah. Anyway, our arrays will be super small.
So anyway, so how can we? But still. So what are they doing here? Okay, this is just the weirdest. Oh, it's the weirdest handling. If there's a block given, so if there's a block, then do yielding, and if not, so it looks like. So I'm wondering, do they already create an array of certain size and then still push to it?
I think
because
that's just right.
They don't have to go by index, right?
Was like this.
Array new capacity.
Let's try without kappa first.
Oh, okay.
Just to make the spec pass.
Okay.
And then RB push. Into, and then what, right? And then return it.
Yeah, and then we have to go back up to do your magic array wrap still.
Yes, I just had one idea more.
Let's switch that. Okay.
Result. Yes, and then we needed something here, right?
Yeah.
So we do RB new
from values.
Oh, it's taking a pointer.
Copy this line
address.
basically.
what's this one? Capacity and number of elements.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's perfect. So we don't do RAF. But we do. Why?
Oh no, just matrix.
Matrix. Is the type correct?
It's value. Everything is value.
Yeah, but why was it a reference here? So it's the value. The value is also pointer, right? So it should be fine. But
Ah, that's what you
so
mean.
I'm
Yeah,
not-
it could
I'm
be an
I'm
address.
confused if that's a pointer to a pointer or.
Yeah. What's this one? From args, maybe that's the one we should use, because here they're not sharing the memory.
But there's. Okay.
That's weird syntax.
What is that even?
Wait, that's actually some.
What is it? And there's a tab.
Array set. Wow.
Okay.
So
Yeah, then let's use from args to 1 and do 1 arg. What do you
just
say?
make a copy. No, wait, we actually want the
We don't need
the
a
original
copy.
memory now.
Yeah, we
So
don't need
let's use the address
we
then.
don't.
Let's do
Ah.
from values and then pass the address of the matrix.
Okay, let's try. So I'm not sure if the if this is already the pointer we need. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not sure what
Let's see.
RAREF is giving back. If this is giving,
I think it's giving a value.
yeah, okay, then.
So and we need a
to
pointer,
array
so
of
an
the-
address of the value.
Yeah.
Let's just run the specs.
So this is a const pointer, and the const pointer is just an array pointer.
Oh, it already returns a pointer.
Yes.
Okay, but then it gets the ith value.
Yeah.
Okay, and the value is probably void anyway, so.
Yeah, that is what.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember correctly. Anyway, I'm super lost. Let's see where we fail.
So close.
Long and unsigned. Let's go to the top and look at this bad boy.
Undeclared identifier bool.
Oh no.
Doesn't C have booleans? Every day you learn something
I think
new.
it's boolean.
No.
No.
I think this RB
You're
type
right.
returns 0 or 1, no?
RB type P. Oh right. But wait, now I'm confused. What is it complaining about? Undeclared identifier bool is different. So yeah, there's no booleans apparently.
Yeah. C boolean.
No, there's no booleans.
Yeah, it's just int, right?
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
It's so weird pressing Control and Z on my keyboard because I use Control, the caps lock as my control. And
Oh,
I
really?
can barely hit the Z because Z I usually use the my pinky. And now I have to use it's like because I don't have a control key on my right hand. And that's why I don't use send to background. You know? Because it's super
I see.
yikes.
I will tell it to my grandchildren.
So
It's
dear
a fascinating
users,
story.
don't do it. It's just oh no.
Okay, one warning and yes!
Are you friggin' kidding me?
Booyaka Shach!
You serious? That was too easy. Okay, let's get our types straight.
Unsigned long.
Yeah, well then, I'd say we go with unsigned long. Was it
wait,
here?
what's the predlen? No, predlen. What type is predlen? We have to.
Know.
So it has to be the same.
Yeah. Actually.
Amazing. Rake it, baby. No warnings.
It's just.
Okay. Can you scroll up a bit?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, unreal.
Our work here is done.
I'm not sure. What did we have before?
We had this long thing, but
We
for
had
2
4.
it's passing. Yeah, only for.
We had 4, so not 7.
Because we
Yeah.
hard coded the proper value.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, we can do that again.
Yes, we should.
Four,
Should we have completion for this?
Right. Don't.
You're using only completion.
What are you using?
The other completion.
That one.
Super tab.
I use supertime, and that's underneath doing various types of completions.
For me, digits, strings of digits work. Oh, so that's wrong for 1. Wait, it was a quadratic function.
Yeah, so it was quadratic
Not
function.
a.
That's fine. Don't worry.
I'm sorry, everyone,
don't
for
crap your pants.
misleading. No, why 0? Did you copy too little?
Yeah, but then.
Can you show the output again?
Yeah. Expect 0 point something.
So our model is just trained badly, right?
Yeah, I guess. Really. Yeah, apparently that's okay. What did we train?
Oh, it's a 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. And the input was?
Maybe because we didn't do 1 in the training set.
Perfect.
So how about we go... No, 1? What? So 2, 1 should... Wait. That's the feature.
Yes.
Oh, that's that's the worst model.
Okay, it's been trained on 5 examples.
So 1 goes to 0. Whatever.
Oh, that's
No,
weird.
that's
actually.
0. That's 0. That's
yes,
1.
Yes.
So what weird shitty prediction do we get?
We get the prediction for 0 actually.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Can you do 1 for 3? No, we should get 6. 6-ish.
Yeah. Houston, we don't have a problem. Everything's fine.
What just happened? So for 3 we're also getting this. Maybe we're doing something wrong in the source actually.
Maybe we're copying pointers where they shouldn't go.
Okay.
Okay, I'm lost again. What's the proper value for 1? 0,
No,
1,
2.
2.
Yeah, this one.
And actually, why not copy it? Way to go, Harry. Let's rake it up.
Yep. Okay, so we actually have a bug in C.
Okay.
So we're getting prediction for 0 for some reason. Maybe we're passing the dimensions wrong. Like we should go, when we do the 2D to 1D.
I mean, it's weird that it works here and it doesn't here. So maybe we do, I don't know, I'm a bit clueless right now. So expect.
You don't like the dot first.
No. Way too expressive, man. Not C style enough. I'm coding a lot in Go lately, okay? Leave me alone. Seriously, it works.
Humble brag. So it must be the second element.
No, what I'm saying is now I'm not good at Ruby. I'm not good at Go. And just to sprinkle this in, I'm also not good at Scala.
Nice.
I do some of that
You're
shit.
selling yourself very well.
No.
Okay, so I think it must be. Let's do something else, if you don't mind.
Yeah. And let's do.
Oh, sorry, no.
Oh, yeah.
But it's wrong. It should be to arrays. Yes.
Aha!
No. Last.
There's no
I think you
second.
wanted. It's not active support.
No, it's not supported, not active.
There's
at
dot
least.
last, man. Yeah, man.
But then we cannot do the next one.
Tricky.
If I want to enter another one.
You don't want to enter another one.
Aha!
So we pass zeros there, and we get a prediction of 0.1 for the 0. Fantastic. So what's happening here? Is there some...
So what?
Okay, first want to find the error in our pointer arithmetics, and two-dimensional array traversal gets a non-branded candy bar.
Yeah, dear chat, where's our error? Oh, I forgot, it's not live stream
We're
today.
not streaming, right?
Yeah, chat, go on. Seriously, crank up your game. Okay, candy bar on the line, I can think even less.
I'm distracted.
Okay,
Tell me.
break.
Uh-oh.
Science break.
Uh-oh.
So I read an article the other day that it was about phones are ruining your life, and apparently what they did, they gave 3 groups a task, and where they had to solve a problem through thinking. So it was not a manual task, but something where you had to use your mind and your thinking capacity. And then they wanted to prove with this study that the phone is distracting you. So the 3 groups were different by the fact where the phone was. So one had the phone on the desk, one had the phone in the backpack, and one had the phone not with them. And the group which had the phone the closest, like on the desk, did the worst.
Even if it wasn't ringing?
They were not allowed to touch the phone or use the phone, and just the phone being close and in eyesight made them worse.
Was it like blinking notification, or
I don't know.
The screen off?
I don't think so.
But just
maybe
the thought that it's so close.
Yeah. I understood that it just let's not do the hard task, but let's grab the phone. Actually distracted them.
I can relate
so
to that.
The fact that you showed the candy bar will seriously hurt our performance right now.
In my defense, it's been here all along, staring at us.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to coding. So, exercise for you guys. Pause the video right now. Try to find the bug in this code for yourself. Ready?
Set, go. Okay.
Welcome back.
No, wait. We have to do this better. Pause.
Suspense.
Welcome back.
Okay.
What's happening to the camera? I thought I fixed the autofocus, but it's going out of focus.
It's fine. Don't pretend like you're busy with the camera. Focus on the problem at hand.
Okay. So, how do we debug this?
No, I don't know.
Oh. Got better.
You fixed it.
No, not really. So it could happen afterwards.
No, because we get an actual prediction. I think the problem is in the input. What's this 0 here on line 67? No, we replace the 1 with n rows.
Yeah,
Because
maybe
we have one
replaced
row.
the wrong one. Ah no, if it's a
No.
0, okay, fair.
Are these loops maybe the other way around?
Yes, maybe. But
We get from the matrix we get the ith row. And then maybe this one. Number of rows.
so there's no
Wait, it could be this one, right?
There's no syntactic craziness in C.
I don't know. Like it's a no. It would be if it would be a pointer to a pointer. But we just have one pointer, and we
Yeah,
allocate
point.
it with this dimension. I think it has to do with this. So we move, yeah, it should be number of columns. Because we move by that many columns. For every row, we move by n columns. If there were 5 rows, we move by 5 times n columns. And then plus the jth index. Oh, just one failure though.
Yeah, the other one is now failing. The 3 is now failing. Which worked
Yeah.
before. Right.
I see a candy bar coming my way. Oh, it's exactly 6.0.
Nice. Then
So
you can
let,
remove the
let
go
me
on.
just reiterate what happened. So if we have an array of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And let's do another one, 0, 1, 2. So this is a matrix of 4 by 3. So I goes from 0 to 3, j goes from every time from 0 to 2, inclusive.
Wait. The rows here
Are
should
4.
be 4. So why is I going from 0 to 3?
Inclusive. Because
okay, gotcha. Yeah, so, okay, true. Yeah, makes sense. Okay.
So like this, right? And then, if we are in row 3, we have just skipped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements already.
Yeah.
So we count how many columns we have skipped.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why we multiply by number of columns here.
Yeah, sure.
Every row
is
worth n
exactly
columns.
that much row. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, it's a bit tricky with our specs that we have always, or we just have this 1 by 1, right? Like we have the one element, but
Yeah, let's do more.
yeah. Okay, so do we keep this style now?
No.
No, because we used to have it like this.
Okay, okay, fine.
But here we need this one. Here we don't.
You can try doing.
Formatting.
Yeah,
I'm afraid.
me too. So I still want to remove the
Sure.
that one here. So doesn't look like anything changed due to the formatting. Well done, Oleg. You're the best formatter ever.
Oh, they have these curlies on the new line. Or they. By they, I mean we.
Yeah, but it didn't change.
Yeah, but we should do the same for that one for loop on line 55.
No, we didn't do that.
Because we never had. Maybe the formatter is wrong, no? I don't know what the style is.
Ah.
Yeah, here on 55.
No, but it's only for the function. because then it's easy to jump from start to finish. That's why they're on this line.
Okay.
But I think here it's okay. And you can try it.
Yeah.
So if I save it, then this changed,
Yes.
and the formatter will put it back up.
Okay.
So I'm using, I think, A style, and I set it to whatever we settled as our style in the beginning.
Amazing.
I mean, I'm not sure what we actually looked at to figure out the style. Don't remember. Whatever.
Don't care. But it's good that we have a tool
You
that
should
does
care
it for
about it.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wanted to remove something from the specs.
Yeah. Grrr. My favorite spec. So
You need another array.
do we? 4, 5, and 6. What do you say?
What are you trying to do? I don't get.
Sorry, I was trying to. Never mind, you're out.
To do all the predictions.
Yeah, I was.
Mm.
I was thinking about the matrix I wanted to put into test, but it obviously doesn't match with our model.
We can at least add
So we can
another
add another one. Yeah.
guy here. Yeah. So let's do 2 of the same one, then do a 1 as well. 403, 468, and 1.0.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Yeah.
No, for 1 it was 2, right? Yeah, 206.
Yeah, right. 0 was 0 now.
206937.
Okay.
No. Was there anything added already?
Why would you do it?
Because it was showing me git add.
Yeah.
Ah, right arrow.
Did you actually commit it?
Yeah, I'm gonna reword it. I don't know your shortcuts.
Can git CA.
I don't know your shortcuts.
So what is your git commit amend shortcut?
GC exclamation mark.
Okay, that is just to no. That we're not gonna change my shortcuts.
No.
We're not.
I'm using this
We're not.
oh my
no.
ZSH. Implement predict for an array of arrays. I don't like these spaces there. Why is
Are
it?
they spaces? It's just a highlighter.
Okay.
It's called diff so fancy.
Diff so fancy.
It shows
Product
you
plug.
when just a word within a line changes, it highlights that word.
That's very nice of it.
But we don't.
No. Okay, so if it's not an array of arrays, we make it an array of arrays by wrapping our matrix into another array.
That's like.
And then the rest
Why
of the
would you do
code
it?
is
Ah,
the
okay.
same. Amazing. And then for the actual predictions, we unwrap the only prediction if it was it. Thank you very much for tuning in. We're getting very close to release 0.1. Very few things left. I guess we'll be releasing soon. So tune in for the next episode. It might be the episode of releasing. Who knows?
Thanks for tuning in, and
See you guys next time.
see you next time.
Bye.
Bye bye.